Alright, so hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're going to be focusing today on working out how to mess with this mouth. So I have taken a screenshot for just using Windows screenshotting tool. So we're going to slap this into here. Just like looking at all of the things. Is it only a 1? Yeah, still 0 to 1, then Malcolm is still negative 1 to 1. So I'm gonna try messing around with all of these parts. It might get a little weird, namely because, well, one, we don't have the Malpex. I don't really know what silence is doing. That's also another one that I'm not too sure about. I don't know why I actually took a screenshot and I had to keep referring back to this. 0 to 1, sure. Where did I go? Oh jeez, I should color all of these folders. Actually, I should just color all these folders. Hold up. Let's say you label all the physics for the related parts. You can be orange. Actually, should I just make all this red? This is all reaction to that. This is its own part. This is... Oh yeah, I should probably actually try mouth brush at some point. Should I put... We'll put the mouth in its own thing here, and we'll say... Body, horizontal, you can be this. Body, height, you can be this. And... Oh, is this grey already? No, grey's separate. Okay, so that's all been separated. Cool. Alright. So we need the silence. Does this actually need a what do you call it? Actual name for this? Param silence, sure. Let's actually just take that. Wait. Come on, let me copy this. And this needs to go from 0 to 1. Was default 1 to 0? The default's 1 to 0, sure. It's kind of annoying clicking between these because of I'll just keep jumping around, but we'll have to live with it. Okay, so I'm presuming AEIOU is 0 to 1 param A. Sure, okay. So these are all going to be param A from 0 to 1 as a blend shape. And we'll just make 5 of these. So RE. That's RE. Oh wait, yeah, E is I. E, U, and then O. Why do I keep doing that? Okay, and then the next fun part is actually looking at what I need to do with the specific mouth parts. So we've got the lip and the cover separated. As I'm looking at this, so does everything just have everything? Let me have a look at this. So what is this? Oh, this is the highlight below the lip to show the depth of the lip. Sure, what is this? This has everything as well. So literally every part of the mouth moving, apart from the lips specifically, which I believe is just the top and bottom P. No. Wait, where's the mouth? Who's got mouth X? Oh, it's this thing. Sure. Okay, so everything that needs to move specifically with the actual motion of the lips to form the shape of the mouth needs absolutely everything. Okay, so the most complex part of this, then instead, is the mouth open, malform, and silence all parameters. What the fuck does silence do? Hold on, let me just bring up the thing again. Vtuber Studio lip sync. Is it this thing? Yes, this thing. Okay, so what is param silence? Voice silence. When silence is detected based on your calibration or when volume is very low. I feel like an upgraded or updated val chart for advanced lip sync. There's one that's the one they provided. Oh, that's actually probably gonna just sit still and figure out what the heck is happening here. So the main concern right now is what exactly. So when mouth opens, it's like this. What does A do to it? So this brings it to your standard what? R. And when mouth is closed, what does A do to it? It's open. Why is it open? Is that supposed to do that? Or is it built based on the mouth open and then this is just the actual blend shape check? Okay, let me just have a look at the sim. Ah, there's none. So there's no adjustments to the blend shape weights instead. I guess that's handled by Vtuber Studio instead. Interesting. And then I don't really know what silence is doing. Alright, silence is silence is just a lock. So basically when silence is true, which is at 0, none of the malforms can occur. Sure. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So we can... Do we add silence last? No, we need it actually first. And then we just change everything given mouth open and malform while silence is not 0. That makes sense. Alright. So we are going to go and give upper or lower. We're going to give it the silence. Yeah, sure. So this basically means that it has these two forms. And wait. Oh, right. So basically when it is in this state, we actually need this. So now we have the state where only when silence is not 0 that the mouth opens. This is actually like, oh, okay. And now we just work while pretending that silence is always, Actually, I'm gonna have to like set it for all the mouth opens, I know, because of the way this is set up. That's unfortunate. And then in theory, all I'm going to need is to set up... Wait, did I set this for both of them? I did. Okay, so... Wait, didn't I have a path for... Where's my path performer? Didn't I have a path performer for this? What? How did I get the mouth opens of a path performer? Why do I not have a path performer? There's no way I did this without a path performer, that's crazy. Okay, we are going to, once again, apply a path deformer, because apparently it got deleted at some point. Don't do that. Alright, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's what we do. But, let's just try and line it up in a line a bit better. The mesh itself should be symmetrical, so as long as I'm not completely crazy with the points here, should line up pretty nicely. You know, I had to eyeball this somewhat. Okay, so we'll set this up so that we have the path deformer again. Not too sure where it went. But we should still be able to observe. Yep, the path deformer still does things based on what the mesh is doing, so I guess that's fine. So we're saying that this is this. Actually, what are we saying? This is the Happy Mouth form? Hello there. So I believe what I'm supposed to do is still set up the mouth as standard. So... Why is my mouth cutting off down there? Or is that the cover? Is the cover not pulling it all the way down? It's kind of hard to tell. Let me just turn off defaults for a moment, just drag some things around. Is it the cover that is being a problem here? Wait. Let me yank these. It's not the... Is that not the cover? Is that actually just my mouth not being big enough? Oh. Okay. Sure. Let's hope that's not gonna be a problem. Alright, so how do we actually want our mouth to sit? That is question number 1. Or do we actually go ahead and play with the actual thing for a moment? Because I'm actually not too sure how this works. In terms of how Visual Studio processes everything. Because there are limitations. And also, supposedly the blend shapes are taken more into account using the vowel sounds. So that tracks over the blend shapes. Actually, hold on. I can actually put the thing into Visual Studio, I think. Let me just... let me see if this works. Because I believe the way they put it out, they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna take that and we're gonna put this into a folder. Let's just call this whatever. We'll go blend shape mouth example. And we're gonna dump all of this crap into here. Behold the mouth. Alright, it is currently not working, but I just need to know what this is doing. So we want to use the advanced lip sync. So obviously we have not calibrated it here. Hello, how you doing? Alright, so A, E, U, E, O. Okay, so for the most part, it seems to work okay if I pronounce everything somewhat accurately. So what is this actually doing? Where is the mouth? So as I am talking, O, E, U, E. So, alright, actually I want to know what happens to the mouth form. So, E. Wait, does it ignore the mouth form? Is this what it's doing? Yeah, I'm just going to be a mouth for a bit while I try to understand exactly what is happening here. Because I believe in the documentation for this somewhere, it did mention that essentially it will ignore the mouth form when it takes in the blend shapes instead for the param or the vowel parameters. So the general idea is when signal sound picked up by from the microphone, fade malforms towards forms generated by microphone lip sync based on how loud the sound is. So basically what it's trying to do is instead of passing the mouth form, it is trying to pick up sounds and then applying the blend shapes via that input. So let's see, param mouth open and form are set up just like usual. Set up a param silence, param to later be hooked up to voice silence. So it will be 1 when the the microphone detects no or almost no sound. Wait, it's 1 when it's silent. Is it not 0 when it's silent? That when the add key forms for param silence, make sure mouth open and mouth form only affect those forms when param silence is at 1. Okay, so when 1 is has voice and 0 is no voice. So basically 0 is false and 1 is true. So that's just basic Boolean logic. Moving mouth open and mouth form should not deform the mouth at all when the parameter is at 0, basically when it's silence. But I believe because of the silence parameter, it actually does forcefully lock your mouth to 0 mouth form. So based on that default neutral mouth form, set up the blend shape for R, E, U, E, and O for these blend shape. So just imagine what your model's mouth would look like when pronouncing the respective vowel. So the blend shape is specifically R, E, U, E, and O, which if you do try to make these sounds, you will notice that your mouth is set into a set shape. Okay, that makes sense. Depending on what style your mouth auto join in, mouth forms could look drastically different. No, that's standard. I think the weirdest one is probably the ooh sound, where you're kind of pressing the edges of your lips together, or the edges of your mouth together, while kind of having this a bit of space in the middle, similar to the or sound, where you're usually, you know, like a circular mouth shape. Okay, so this is the bit that I was looking at that I wasn't too sure about. So blend shapes will look good and don't have to look good, and multiple are at 1 at the same time. And then it says that Vtuber Studio will make sure that the lip sync parameters that will control these Live2D blend shape parameters are never at 1 at the same time, and only mix at smaller parameter values. So in theory, what they're saying is that the complex part of mixing the blend shapes is being handled by them, and we should not worry about it. Sure. I can work on that. I don't know how to test the parts where it will still mix, which is the main problem. And param silence will force your mouth as sit by mouth open and mouth. Actually, let me just put it on the screen so everyone knows what I'm looking at. The param silence parameter will force your mouth form as sit by mouth open, mouth smile to neutral. Windows down, lip sync detects volume. And then the blend shape will be added to whatever mouth open and mouth smile is doing. And then instead of telling, I guess this is because this could be to a user who is not the rigger of the model. Instead of lowering the blend shape effectiveness at certain values, they just say change it within Vtuber Studio. That makes sense as well, because a lot of these are probably done by the end user and not by the modeler. You can turn off the microphone at any time. This will force param silence to 1, which means your mouth is now 100% controlled by the tracking. And okay, so it's controlled by the tracking and will not apply the blend shapes, because the blend shapes are only applied based on the microphone. Sure. Okay, that's also fine. When sound is detected, the blend shapes take over, which means webcam, iPhone-based tracking is largely fully ignored, which basically means that... Okay, so that's what they mean by the smile, happy or unhappy, is removed, because mouth form is basically locked to neutral, which is 0, which for most people will be a neutral expression. Sure. And then the next part is just basically saying that you can do a messy workaround that is not worth the trouble. I mean, what they're basically saying is that instead of using blend shapes, you probably want to set up every value within... How big would that matrix be? Hold up. If every val, even in a simple mouth shape where we only use 2 mouth forms here, or like use 3 mouth forms against 2 mouth open states, that's still what, a 2x3 matrix. And then if you were to set all of these up to be part of the matrix as well, it'll be a 2x3, which is a 6 spots in the matrix, to a 12, 24, 48, 96. Oh right, that's yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's like over 180 states you have to pay attention to, essentially, because every single mouth form mixing together will have to be set up. Wow, it looks weird when there's just a mouth in the center of the screen, doesn't it? Okay, so I have like a vague idea what this is doing here. So I have a play around with the setup. but where am I? I am this. Just ignore the part of my model down the bottom that isn't complete, and we'll just hide ourselves back in the corner here again. Okay, so we're gonna set up the mouth as standard. Do we want to increase or decrease this for a smiling state? It'd be really nice if I could not look at the mesh while I was working with path deformers. Actually, it's not an option. Let me look this up. If this is an option that I'd really like to have it. Let's see. Actually, is there a way to toggle mesh, or can I not toggle meshes directly? I can toggle the form. Lock drawable objects. What's this? Show high drawable. Okay, not that. What's this do? Oh, sure. I can't just hide the mesh and only look at a path deformer, can I? Live2D hide mesh when path deformer. Yeah, I can't. Or can I actually? If I go... Oh, that hides the path as well. Oh, wait. Oh, was I on a different... Oh, for fuck's sake. I had my path deformer on a different edit level. Hello there. How you doing? Messing around with a different way of doing mouth shapes. You just missed disembodied mouth just sitting on the screen for quite a while. Okay, so we're just gonna do the mouth shapes as standard. So what do we probably want? I'm doing good. This is gonna be probably less good for my brain cells for this session because I'm doing something new or trying something new to my workflow. Otherwise, it's been pretty good. I am very much rushing the video at this point as well, that I told myself to do the monthly. I mean, if I manage to chug it out by tomorrow, it'll still be January in America, so that's a bit of a tight schedule. I guess it happens when I'm trying to do both streams and videos and I'm not using any of the stream time for the videos. Okay, so we say this. Why is my default got a little bit of skin leaking? What the heck is this? I can't move this because... Oh, I can move this. Why can't I move this? Let's just pull the lower lip underneath up a little bit to hide that. Oh, we're not moving the side. Wait, my default's not locked. My default's not locked. Okay, lock those defaults. Not having defaults locked, oh, excuse me. What do we want to do here? Probably work with the side first. We want to kind of bring the line. Actually, if the mouth. Let's see how that works in the end. Can I actually just copy the state into here? Is that a thing I can do? I can? Okay, cool. Okay, then what we want is the malform. What shall we do with this here? Do we change this state, or do we change the neutral state? I'll have to do a mirror of this to check the actual shape, but for now this will do. I actually want like a more cone shape here. Actually, how about we just go like reduce this a little bit instead of going up to here? Maybe let's say this is here, so that there's a bigger change in the state. Then we need to change this. Let's just set. Actually, that's fine. That is not fine. What the heck is happening here? Wait, it didn't change. Okay. We want about. Actually, no, they changed one, not change the other. Is that what I did? Say that we want about here. Put it here. Okay. So that makes a more fundamental difference here. And for the... Let's just take this state here. Close enough. And plop it into here. And then let's say for this malform, we're going to more. Can I actually just do this way? That's like a cheap way to do that. Let me just round this out a bit more. Let's just say that this is the state of 6 forms. So in theory, we don't need to set up the whatchamacallit, extra shapes if we're going to be using the blend shapes. Yeah, it's fine, these are blend shapes. Yes, this is fine, this is blend shapes. I love how it has to skip me the warning like 5 times. Yeah, I know there's like way too many parameters on this thing at this point. Okay, so what I believe I'm supposed to do is just set the standard A to A, here. So, that is something. Wait, so does this not take into account the mouth open at all? So it uses this, and what happens? So it does it only take the blend shape? Hold on, let me look at the documentation again. Param, voice, add keyform, yeah. Where's the bit where it talks about this? Param silence parameter will force your mouth form as set by mouth open and mouth smile to ensure when the sound lip sync to text volume. And then so what it's trying to do is it will reduce the effect of what the blend shapes against your mouth open. In theory, is what it's trying to do. Is this how different? Wait, hold on. Let me just snap that. And if this is off and this, so this is what default, this is what mouth is trying to do. And then, because if it goes all the way to max, it is going too far. So is it saying that it only takes a part of this, or it takes absolutely no mouth open and only gives the blend shape? Okay, we might have to be a disembodied mouth today because I need to look at this. We'll put the mouth in the corner. But okay, so we'll have to put the disclaimers out. This is not mine. This is an example provided by is it, who was it that does Dinchi and Brian Tsui? So this mouth is not my work, and we are just going to look at this to determine exactly what the heck is happening. So mouth open is still having an input taken into it, but is it saying that VTube Studio itself is saying to not take in mouth open as a input at all? I think that's what it's trying to do. Might do adjust all of the mouth shapes for the blend shapes based on about halfway of mouth open, but that's about where the example model still looks kind of reasonable. I'm still kind of curious how this is kind of working against my accent, which is always the funnest part of voice tracking things. Oh yeah, there's a bit where they're saying that like it might just pick up me into the microphone. Let me just see this. Okay, it's picking up an ooh sound from me. I apologize for those sounds. Alright, what other weird sounds do I make? It's just when I look at something and just go, what? That's just like an R sound, apparently. Okay. Alright, well actually, you know what? I think for today, I'm just gonna turn this off. We're just gonna work with no model on screen. Okay, so, we want a R. So I can actually still see the model in my OBS, so I'm kind of looking at that as like a general reference right now. It's going pretty wild in terms of what it's actually doing, but... Okay, let's say that for R, we're going R. You kind of want like a big mouthy feel. Actually, wait, no. Is my mouth too? Is my mouth too low by default? Wait, where's the cheeks? No, that's about right. I feel like I'm lifting too much. So let's just say we're gonna go about here. Gonna go a big, girthy R. Ah. Ah. Okay, let me just also go... It's just... Let's just say this is our default. Snap that. So, R is kind of... Might have to give this a test run inside Vtuber Studio, pretty much just for this one part, before we have any other parameters set up. I might have to just kind of like set them up very vaguely. So R would actually be what, like... Actually, you pull this in a bit, maybe? Just not that much. R. I'm gonna do this for all of the A, E, U, or vowels through the thing. So normally E and E, so I and E. It sounds really reversed in English, but that's just how these vowels work. Would incorporate a fundamental amount of teeth. We are running with no teeth, so we're gonna have to compromise a little bit. E. What do we want to do here? I want to go probably like a little bit of this. Also want to take into account exactly where our lip corners are. Probably actually the most controlling part of this whole process. E. I want this to be more liberal. Just gonna kind of set something up very quickly and just test this, I think. I think that's probably the better way to go about it. E. So, maybe... E. It doesn't need to be very balanced at this point. I can fix that later. E, R, R, E. That's not really a E. 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 Where's my... I think I want this to be flatter, actually. And we'll bring this down a bit more. Hold up. Do I need to... Okay, so... This is currently like that. This is currently like that. Should this be larger? Like, this isn't a particularly big motion. It doesn't need to be a particularly big motion, but... Mostly... Oh, alright, this is gonna be the weird one. Ooh. Just don't want to lift this too much. Corner of mouth is here. Line that up with the corner of the mouth. And we'll just bring this down. Probably gonna just stretch all of these out sideways. It's probably gonna be the most realistic way to do part of this. Ooh. Actually, where are the mouth shots I have sitting somewhere? Because we can still essentially take the R, E, U's, and O's from those and use that as a general reference as well. If they labeled it. So E is usually the one that requires the most teeth, but could also go. This is also reasonable. Okay. Can I round this more? Was that too much to ask of this line? Very forced, but it always has to be very forced. I want to round the line a bit. Okay, let's just say we're gonna do that for oo. Then for air, it's basically R but a bit less, right? Generally speaking. So we take this for R, slap this into air, and then reduce it. But I have to change all of these up a little bit, regardless. But alright, time to see how well this behaves. That's just sick. Oh wait. Hold on. This needs to match the location of the lip corners a bit better. I'm gonna need to increase everything by a bit. I'm gonna go this way a bit and go both this way and this way a bit. This is a good thing when you're working with just a line, you can just literally stitch it. It's good thing this thing is symmetrical right down the middle. Okay, unfortunately, now is the time where, while I haven't fixed up any of the actual physics components, we're going to have to throw this into Visual Studio and start testing it. So, let us begin to make texture atlases. It is time to Tetris. Once it loads, okay. We're not going to be too bothered by all of the shapes for a little bit. We're just going to make them more than dump them in. Probably running to at least 3, I'd say. So honestly, if I need 3 to fit everything, we're not going to worry about actually trying to fit it all in. Because if I need 3 anyway, I'm probably going to end up with extra space on the outside regardless. So it doesn't actually matter if I try to slip that in. Or try to like pack it all in together. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, I still have so many parts. Even though I try to Tetris this in there, it's not going to make much of a difference, is it? Alright, how much is this, actually? Can I Tetris this in? Do I have enough? No, I think there might be, like, just a few too many pieces. Unless I want to really intricately Tetris everything in together. I don't feel like playing the world's worst puzzle game with it, not Tetris, but try to mash all of the mesh pieces together inside the texture file. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. It was just a bit, and I had a plenty of extra space that's opened. I might consider it, but there's still enough pieces for me to not really want to consider it. Because if I make a mistake, it just becomes a giant pain in the butt later. Alright. So. Okay. That's the wrong folder. Why is it going to this folder? Oh wait, it's because I had to save animation in there. We're going to here, into here. Into yes, here. Alright, then we give that a moment. The physics file should be decently big, but apart from that, I think everything... I mean, I haven't mastered the physics yet, so it's gonna be the same as my personal model, which I still haven't bothered doing the touch-ups. All of the hair, for the most part, apart from maybe a couple of bits that were too egregious to not change, are all going to flow together. Whether that looks good or bad is really dependent on the viewer, but... oh, the mouth's still there. That will be a thing for a while. Okay, so let's see... Where's my texture file? I still got all that selected? No, it doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. And where's my texture? 5. Copy. Okay. So, actually, we'll just leave this here. First up is we're using the advanced lip sync. I don't know if that gives me the advanced lip syncs immediately. It does. Okay, interesting. So, I'm just going to change some of these so that it's better suited for what I need. I should really just copy it from my own personal one, but, it's... Oh, right. We're just going to let that be... Sure. I left open, I right open. Oh, it recognizes that some things are blend shades. Interesting. Okay, so the mouse smile, ironically, is now only controlling the eyes. Which means they're always half active, which is hilarious because the mouse smile, for me at least, can never take in less than 0.5. I don't know why. I can make some weird ass faces at the camera and maybe it'll go down. Or specifically when I open my mouth at certain states, it will go down a bit. But, let's see. I open, yep. I smile, I X, Y, sure. Brow, I never touch the brow because I don't know what it's tracking. So I don't know what I want to do with it, honestly. So... Okay, so when I'm talking... Oh, right, so because 0, when silence is false, locks the mouth, it uses only the blend shapes. So the thing I'm actually more curious about is how to set it up so that you kind of take like half and half, which was supposedly you just turn down the whatchamacallit, the camera, not the camera, the mic gain, I think. What was it? In order to load the influence of blend shapes on a malform, you can try to increase the volume gain and frequency gain slide. Is that over here? Because I can definitely see that it is only taking into account one thing out. Can I actually use 0 gain? I'm using a Yeti microphone. Oh, did I just turn it off completely? Well, I just turned it off completely. So like we use a minimal gain because the Yeti microphone picks up the world quite literally. Oh no, it's only a little bit. How much does it need to be before it recognizes that oh, you can actually kind of see the mouth changing. So if you look at here where there's no voice gain, it uses the standard mouth open and form, and then we start giving it volume. It's like I mean, it's taking the or sound, even though I'm trying to make an R sound. But you can actually see that it changes and it slowly gives it more of the or, the more of the volume gain we give it. So like once again, okay, it's now not giving the or sound. I'm probably sounding like a complete idiot. Or like that. I apologize to anyone listening to me make weird sounds. So we don't actually want this, it's a real question, right? Because the interesting thing now is that the mouth shape, when you're not talking, is going to take the mouth open plus mouth form, but the moment that the blend shape kicks in, it turns both of those off, and basically it separates your talking mouth forms from your silent mouth forms when you're just maybe opening or moving your mouth. Things like everyone's favorite react face where you just go at something. So okay, I don't really know how to work the frequency gain because I don't know what frequency gain is doing. So I think for me, I want what about here maybe? The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. She sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, I have a list there. That totally doesn't work for me. I think maybe about 20 to like 15 to 20 is probably a sweet spot for me, I think. But I don't want the blend shapes to be used entirely. It's ideally how I'd like it to work. I think it's more noticeable on the ooh and the or sounds because those have a more distinct mouth shape from the standard mouth forms I set up. Still interesting because of how fast it changes. Yeah, so let's try setting that to 20 and we'll just see how that feels for a bit. But I do also need to add in the link belts, which takes what was it, Z, and this was positive. We'll just go like 5, like 5 to -5, and we output this to I should have my input Z. So now the body should be able to lean in and out. I actually want to reduce that so I don't have to go as hard on the motion here, but that should be occurring. What's my body? Oh wait, yeah, my lean is set to that. Okay. Body rotation Z, X. And we're just going to reduce this by a lot. It should be able to, if I do some movement here. Huh? Okay, yeah, that does work. Rotation X, rotation Y. I don't... Okay, we're going to reduce this by a lot. We're going to go 10 to 10. That actually feels pretty good. So I'm still just curious the best way of actually adjusting these blend shapes are. Because it's kind of hard to test, because the problem is that I don't actually know what exactly Vtuber Studio is doing. Like, because basically to use these mouth blend shapes, you're relying on Vtuber Studio to handle part of the work. Which basically means that I have to put the model into Vtuber Studio, give it a run, and then try to determine with very little actual gain on what I can see with the mouth, what actually needs to be changed, because it's kind of hard to tell. Now let me just like dump this in the corner where I usually stick this, and we just where is this spell? Is this one? Oh yeah, the eyes aren't synced. I should probably sync that. I can actually not sync that on my personal model because I hide one eye because my camera looks at me from the side. So honestly, it's kind of stupid for it to work both eyes. It's actually half the reason I hide one eye. Can I link to my eye that I can actually see and not the eye I can kind of see? That would really help. Nothing to do else in particular I need to play around with here. These are all for like other weird and fun things you can do. I think that's actually everything then. Yeah, I reduced the arm motions quite a bit, so there's not as much of it, but I mean, I could probably make changes to the vowel shapes on the blend shapes, but I don't know what is either wrong with it or not doing enough or anything. It's impossible to tell because of I don't really know what Vtuber Studio is doing in the back, which is the main problem. What have I randomly missed? Probably this, right? Does this have more appropriate movements? It does, okay. Alright, do I need to... Oh yeah, I wanted to try testing what happened if I gave... the body tilt. Right now, the motion is like that. What happens if I tell these? Just gonna select. That's gonna lag a little bit. But what happens if I tell all of these to have extended interpolation and make it an ellipse? Does that change anything? Does that make it look any nicer? Not really. You get the full rotational motion, then it's one thing, but I think the main bit is just that I want to change the tilt here. So why does some things have no inward lean? What the fuck does not have the inward lean? It's the only body motion that has this? It is, right? It's really unfortunate this is like my most realistic way to go for injectors. Oh, the shoes. Oh yeah, who the fuck cares about the shoes? That doesn't matter. Yeah, that really doesn't matter. Okay, so do I want to mess around with the blush? Because that's literally the only face thing I actually have. Oh, the breathing, right? The breathing. I should do the breathing. I'm going through live testing now for the mouth shapes. I don't know what you have missed. Probably me making some weird ass noises at the microphone to try and test the blend shapes inside Vtuber Studio. That was probably the most interesting thing. So what I want to do is to take everything that has this, probably want to like reduce this a little bit, right? So that the overall motion is more circular. Because right now this is very square. So we just kind of want to reduce the overall If we take the 0.7 or like, oh, and put it onto here. And then take the 0.7, maybe 0.7, and put that onto here. Then we take the 0.7 and 0.7 and put that onto here. Then we take the negative 0.7 and the 0.7 and we try to put that onto here. In theory, what that should do is basically make the corners a little bit less than the square corners that the Live2D is given it when I synthesize the corners. And in theory, that should make this motion more circular. Well, it should have anyway. But there should be a gap in the... I mean, it's not that noticeable, but it should be... Let me just click off this other thing. It should be most noticeable going like from here to here. I mean, that kind of should have already existed, but so like when you're leaning out this way, leaning back a bit, and then when you lean fully out to the side, your spine, in theory, extends out further. Kind of similar to what's happening. I mean, this is just the body coming forward, but kind of works. That's one thing I wanted to do. Apart from changing up all the physics so that's actually somewhat varied rather than what it currently sits at. Shit, I haven't checked our priority in a little while. Body... These are all... Oh, these are really far down. Oh, those are tilting. The Z output into tilt. What was the zipper? Alright, that's the same. I mean, all the actual X physics can go pretty far down. XY here. XY motion. Z response should be before the XY. So should this occur before the X turn? Where's the body Z? Horizontal. I mean, these are mostly just input things, so it shouldn't matter too much in theory. I'd like to have tilt physics all occur. Oh, they just really had to occur for the XY, but hmm. Hmm. I think it's mostly just a matter of how much of the hair do I want to like miss with because of how bouncy it actually is right now. Probably the most of the Y that I probably want to miss with. I think the X is largely actually okay. The Y might be a little overtuned. I mean, I've already changed the Y a little bit, but I might actually change it a bit more. The Y isn't quite as bouncy. Namely because the hair is quite short, so just reduce all of that a bit. That's definitely not going as crazy as I probably should have it. Are my movements just too small on the spot? Am I being too gentle with this? Maybe I should actually be like a little bit crazy with this. And just like let it rock. Technically it should, at maximum, swing out quite a bit. Oh right, it's because it's also swinging inward, isn't it? The inward swing on the side. Is that part of what's... Because if I hard swing it this way, I mean, it still doesn't swing that much. It's not that aggressive. What are my outputs looking like? Where's this? It's not... It's never maxing out. I mean, that's kind of where you want it, but... what happens if I increase this by a little bit? Oh. Still not, like, crazy swinging. Okay, I need like some kind of motion on the arms as a response to the body turning. It's too stiff. I'm just really deciding what I can do with it as the main thing. Maybe. How about... if I take where's arms? Oh, I still haven't done the briefing. Okay. Okay, let's say we take like 0.1. We do that, and then we'll add this to here. And let's say that we're going to plant this onto here. And then let's say negative 0.1. We're going to take all of that. We're going to take all of that. And then we're going to plant it onto here. So there's a very minuscule amount of extra motion, but what it will do is make it so that the arms aren't completely stiff against the body's turn. They'll like have a little bit of a oomph to it as it swings around, and it shouldn't, in theory, cause any real problems. We can remove one of the pendulums. Yeah, I get it. Delete that and change this to... Oi. Oh, the lag. Oh, the glorious lag. Okay, body X output, arm swing. I mean, honestly, what I should have done is separated a transform from the deformation, and then it'll make it so that the arms swing around. Like, it'll help if I had joints on the elbows if I was to do it like that, but basically I could have made it so that the arms swung around a little bit slower than the body. So basically the shoulders will swing around, but at the elbow maybe there'll be a bit of drag. That would be more realistic. And maybe because of that joint, it would then swing around a bit extra once the body stops. But we can't do that because I don't have any joints. And I've already done the body motion in a way where I don't really want to try messing with it at this point. I think part of lag is I got the texture atlas now, because the texture atlas always was a huge amount of lag. Really decided if I want to mess with the whatchamacallit, physics anymore. That arm at the side is just like kind of doing its own thing. Might actually be better to remove the physics from the arm entirely, especially for the Y. Also, while I haven't brought out, I'm not going to export this current state, I am kind of curious what happened if I change this to Y. So technically when I lean my head down, I will also lean forward and backwards. Well, not face position, face angle. So in theory, what will happen is that it will become a very aggressive inward lean whenever I just look down. Because this is kind of how most people like to do their body Y. It's just to, in conjunction with the head Y, just to lean the body forward. Which I don't particularly like. I like to have the body quite separate from the head, which is why I have all these extra parts I usually do. I mean, it does technically make it more fluid if you sit very still, which I actually do sit quite still, at least I'm standing. Then I actually move around quite a bit. That's always a thing to think about. Okay, I think we're gonna just finish up here for today. Just finish up a bit early. I can't think of what I want to mess with right now is the main thing, so I don't want to just sit here and have everyone just sit here and stare at us with me, because we're not really getting anywhere. So, I'm gonna finish up here, and then I'm gonna go work on the video that I said I wanted to do monthly videos starting this year, and it's not looking good for that resolution right now. So I'm gonna go do that because I actually have to draw more things as part of the video, and those aren't being chugged out very quickly because I have to go back into Clip Studio sometimes to change things, or I have to go looking for something as a replacement if it doesn't look quite right. It is not going to be a Live2D showcase. Live2D showcase is not going to happen until the video is happening. I can actually, you know what? Let me just bring it up.